My fiancé said, "I'll sign the prenup when hell freezes over." I said, "Fair enough," then quietly canceled our luxury wedding venue. Her face went pale when she got the cancellation notice. I, 31 male, am sitting in my home office, watching my ex-fiancée Bianca, 28, blow up my phone with increasingly unhinged voicemails. Why? Because she just found out I canceled our $85,000 wedding that was supposed to happen in 4 months. Let me rewind to 6 weeks ago. Bianca and I got engaged last year after dating for 3 years. I own a small tech consulting firm that's done pretty well, not yacht money, but comfortable. She's a lifestyle blogger influencer with about 40K followers. Makes some money from sponsorships, maybe $30 a year. When we got engaged, Bianca immediately went into wedding planning overdrive. Not just any wedding, her dream wedding. We're talking historic estate venue, $15,000. Catering for 250 guests, $30,000. Flowers, $8,000. Photographer, videographer, $10,000. Her dress, $12,000. Live band, $6,000. The list went on. I was fine with it initially. I loved her, wanted her happy, had the money saved. But then my lawyer friend Garrett pulled me aside at a barbecue. "Yo, you getting a prenup? Haven't thought about it, dude. You own a business, you need one. Bianca's not after my money." Famous last words, just bring it up. If she's cool, no harm done. So I brought it up that night, casually. Me, "Hey, Garrett mentioned we should probably do a prenup. Standard stuff for business owners." The temperature in the room dropped 20 degrees. Her, "Excuse me? Just to protect the business. Nothing crazy. You think I'm a gold digger? No, it's just standard. If you loved me, you'd trust me." Me, "I do trust you. This is just legal protection. I'll sign a prenup when hell freezes over." Bianca, "Be reasonable. You be reasonable. We're supposed to be partners. What's yours is mine. And what's yours? Don't be ridiculous. You know I don't have money like you. So what's mine is ours, but what's yours is yours." Her, "You're twisting things. God, why are you being so cheap?" She stormed off. I figured she needed time to cool down. Nope. Next day, she'd told her whole family I was financially abusing her by asking for a prenup. Her mom Deidre called. "How dare you insult my daughter like this?" Me, "I asked for a standard prenup. That's not an insult. She's giving you the best years of her life. She's 28, not 80, and I'm giving her mine too? A real man doesn't need contracts with his wife. A smart person protects their assets." Click. Hung up on me. Bianca came back that evening, acting like nothing happened. Started showing me centerpiece options. Me, "We need to resolve the prenup thing first." Her, "There's nothing to resolve. I'm not signing it. Now roses or peonies?" Bianca, "I'm serious." Her, "So am I. Drop it or there won't be a wedding." Okay. Good, so peonies? Sure. Whatever you want. She smiled, thinking she'd won. Started talking about napkin colors and chair sashes. I smiled and nodded. Went to bed thinking. Woke up knowing what I had to do. Update 1. The next morning I started making calls. Not dramatic ones, just practical ones. First, the venue. Explained I needed to cancel due to irreconcilable differences that have emerged. They were surprisingly cool. Apparently this happens more than you'd think. Got 60% of my deposit back since it was over 120 days out. Next, the caterer. Same story, 50% back. Photographer actually gave me 100% back because he'd already booked another wedding for that date at a higher rate. Solid dude. Band, florist, everyone. One by one, quietly canceled. Didn't tell Bianca. Didn't tell anyone except my best friend Marcus, who thought I was either genius or insane. Meanwhile, Bianca was in full bridezilla mode. Created a wedding Instagram, posted daily about becoming Mrs. and can't wait to marry my partner. Yeah, that post told me everything. She was still pushing about the prenup occasionally. Her, "If you drop this prenup nonsense, I might consider having your groomsman Marcus in the wedding party. Marcus is my best friend. He's already my best man. Well, I think my cousin Jerome would be better. Marcus is so rough around the edges." Translation: Marcus is blue collar, owns a construction company, and she's embarrassed. Marcus is my best man, non-negotiable. Everything's negotiable, except that stupid prenup. Crystal clear. 2 weeks in, she started getting suspicious that I hadn't asked about wedding stuff lately. Her, "You haven't asked about the menu tasting." You said you had it handled. But you usually have opinions. You usually ignore them, so I figured I'd save us both time. Are you pouting about the prenup? Nope, you were clear. When hell freezes over. Exactly, so stop sulking. I'm not sulking, just respecting your position. She squinted at me but dropped it. Went back to posting about wedding shoes that cost more than most people's rent. Then came the vendor calls. Florist called while she was at Pilates, left a voicemail confirming cancellation and refund amount. She didn't check messages. Venue sent an email. She doesn't check emails. That's boy job. Actual quote. Only a matter of time though. Update 2. The bomb dropped on a Thursday. Bianca's maid of honor, Scarlett, was at our place for wedding planning. They were going through the checklist when Scarlett suggested calling the venue about menu options. I was in my office but could hear everything. Venue, I'm sorry, there must be confusion. This wedding was canceled 3 weeks ago. What? That's impossible. Mr. My name called personally. We processed the partial refund already. Put it back. Book it again. I'm sorry, that date has been rebooked. We have availability next year. Click. The shriek that followed probably registered on seismographs. Her what did you do? Me coming out calmly. Canceled the wedding. You can't do that. Actually, I can. I'm the one who paid for everything. This is insane. The wedding is in 4 months. Me was in 4 months. You canceled my wedding? Our wedding, which he said wouldn't happen without a prenup, so I respected that. I didn't mean literally. You literally said, drop it or there won't be a wedding. I dropped it. There's no wedding. That's not what I meant. What did you mean then? I meant. You meant you wanted me to shut up and pay for everything while you refused a basic legal protection. Message received. You can't just cancel someone's dream wedding. I can cancel an event I'm paying for, yes. Bianca was now checking emails frantically, finding cancellation confirmations from everyone. Her, the photographer, the band. You canceled everything? Yep, got decent refunds too. That prenup's looking pretty reasonable now, huh? This is blackmail. This is consequences. You said no prenup, no wedding? I agreed. Her, I'll sue you. For what? Canceling vendors I paid? She started crying, not sad tears, rage tears. Her, my dress, what about my dress? Me, still yours. I didn't pay for that one. Your dad did. The invitations went out. Digital save the dates, easy to send an update. What will people think? That we're not getting married, which is accurate. You're a monster. I'm a guy who was told his partner would rather have no wedding than sign a prenup. I listened. We're gonna fix this. Call everyone back. Book new vendors. With what money? Your money. That's in my accounts? That you'd have no claim to with a prenup? That money? Yes. Me no. What do you mean no? I mean no. I'm not paying for another wedding without a prenup. Then I'll pay for it. With your $30 a year? Good luck. Her family will help. The same family calling me financially abusive for wanting a prenup? Can't wait to see their contribution. Update 3. Bianca moved back to her parents' house that night. Not because I kicked her out, I would never, but because she couldn't look at my face. The next 72 hours were educational. First came the family assault. Her dad, Terrence, called. You humiliated my baby girl. She humiliated herself by being unreasonable. A prenup is insulting. Then pay for the wedding yourself. No prenup needed if I'm not involved. We don't have that kind of money. Neither do I anymore. Spent it on cancellation fees. You're lying. You have money. Me had. Past tense. Crazy how fast $85K disappears. I was lying. Got back about $40K in refunds. But he didn't need to know that. Then came the flying monkeys. Her friends, cousins, random followers all messaging me. How could you? She loved you. This is financial abuse. You destroyed her dream. Small dick energy. That last one made me laugh. Responded to exactly none of them. But here's where it gets good. Bianca started a GoFundMe. Help me save my dream wedding after financial abuse. The description was a masterpiece of fiction. According to her, I suddenly demanded a prenup weeks before the wedding. It was 4 months. I canceled everything without warning after 3 weeks of her refusing discussion. I was holding the wedding hostage. Accurate. Actually, she was devastated and traumatized but still posting selfies. Goal: $50,000 raised in 3 days, $1,247. Mostly from her mom and aunt. Comments were brutal. Maybe sign the prenup? Why should we pay for your wedding? This is what happens when you marry for money. Team groom, honestly. She dirty deleted the whole thing after someone posted screenshots of her partner post. Then came the negotiation attempt. She showed up with her parents. Bianca: okay, let's talk. Me about? Her: I'll consider a prenup with conditions. I'm listening. 1. It expires after 5 years. No, you didn't let me finish. 2. I get the house if we divorce. The house I bought before we met? No. 3. Monthly allowance of $10. Allowance? Are you my wife or my child? She has standards, and I have boundaries. Original prenup or no wedding. Be reasonable, son. I am. Your daughter isn't. Fine, I'll sign your stupid basic prenup. Me, great, I'll have my lawyer draw it up. And then you'll rebook everything? No. What? I'll book a wedding. Not the wedding. Something reasonable, maybe 50 guests, nice restaurant reception. That's not my dream wedding. Your dream wedding was contingent on no prenup. You want prenup? Different wedding. This is manipulation. Me, this is budgeting. I'm not dropping another $85K after this fiasco. Then I'm not signing. Okay, no wedding then. You're bluffing. Try me. They left, but not before Terrence muttered something about knowing people who could handle me. I just laughed. Terry, you sell insurance. Calm down. Final update. So, we're not together anymore. Shocking, right? After the failed negotiation, Bianca went nuclear. Posted a sob story on Instagram about how I destroyed her dreams and was financially controlling. Tagged me and everything. My response? Posted the receipts. Screenshots of her saying I'll sign when hell freezes over. Her partner post. The GoFundMe describing our 4-month engagement as weeks. Her text saying, what's yours is mine. Caption: interesting definition of financial abuse. Her followers turned on her quick. Apparently, a lot of them had seen her bragging about marrying a walking ATM, her words in a now deleted story. The comments were brutal but fair. Girl, you played yourself? Sign the prenup then? This is embarrassing for you. Imagine fumbling a whole man over paperwork. She deleted everything and went private, but the real karma came from an unexpected place. Remember her ex, Dominic? Guy she dated before me? He slid into my DMs with some tea. Turns out, she'd pulled similar stunts with him. He was a dentist. She wanted him to put her name on his practice. He said no. She threatened to leave. He called her bluff. She left. Then tried to come back when she realized he was serious. Dominic: bro, you dodged a missile. She told everyone I was abusive too. Said I was controlling for not making her co-owner of my dental practice after dating for 8 months. We actually grabbed beers. Cool dude. He's married now to an orthodontist who insisted on a prenup herself. They laugh about it. Last I heard from Bianca was a long text at 2 a.m. I hope we're happy. You ruined everything. I loved you and you threw it away over money. I was going to give you beautiful kids and a perfect life, but you chose paper over love. Scarlett says are probably gay anyway. Have fun dying alone with our precious business. P.S. I'm keeping the ring. I responded, the ring I bought with my money that you refused to protect with a prenup? Bold choice. Also, it's insured and reported as stolen property now. Enjoy explaining that to the pawn shop. She mailed it back the next day. Current status? I'm single and totally fine with it. Kept my business and all my assets. Used some of the wedding refund money for a sick home theater setup. Started dating a financial analyst who brought up prenups before I did. Bianca: living with her parents. GoFundMe Part 2 raised $37. Posted about becoming a financial literacy coach for women. Currently dating some crypto bro who drives a leased BMW. Her family still occasionally texts me about ruining her life. I've blocked most of them. Deidre somehow got my work email and sent a manifesto about how real men provide without conditions. Forwarded it to my lawyer just in case. The whole experience taught me a lot. Mainly 1, when someone shows you who they are, gold digger, believe them. 2, a partner who won't protect your assets isn't a partner. 3, the wedding industry is a scam. $85K? For one day? 4. Always get a prenup. Always. To anyone reading this, if your partner loses their mind over a basic prenup, run. If they think protecting assets you built before them is not trusting them, run faster. If they say when hell freezes over, take them at their word and act accordingly. My only regret? Not canceling everything sooner. Could have saved more money. My fiancé laughed at my prenup. You're not rich enough for this, I replied. Okay. Then I had my lawyer add a secret infidelity clause with a $1 million penalty. She signed without reading. Her lawyer's screaming phone call 3 weeks later. Original post. I 35 male thought I was doing the smart thing. Just trying to protect what I'd built before meeting Natalie 29. We'd been together 2 years, engaged for 3 months, wedding planned for next spring. I'm not wealthy by any stretch. I run a small consulting firm that nets me about $250 a year. Got a house worth maybe $600 with $200K left on the mortgage, some investments, retirement accounts, total net worth around $1.2 million. Comfortable, not rich. When I brought up the prenup 2 months ago, Natalie's reaction was unexpected. A prenup? She actually laughed, threw her head back and cackled. Babe, you make decent money, but you're not exactly Jeff Bezos. This is embarrassing. It's just protection for both of us, I said. Protection from what? Your Toyota Camry and your index funds? More laughing. My dad's business is worth more than everything you own combined. Her dad owns a chain of furniture stores. Does well, sure, but the contempt in her voice hit different. If it's so insignificant, then signing it shouldn't matter, I pointed out. She rolled her eyes. Fine, whatever makes you feel important, but I'm telling my friends you made me sign a prenup for your little retirement account. That stung, but I said okay. Called my lawyer buddy Christopher that night. Told him about her reaction. He was quiet for a moment. You sure you want to marry someone who thinks that little of your accomplishments, he asked. Just drop the prenup, I said. Standard asset protection? Yeah, and Chris, add an infidelity clause. Make it significant. How significant? $1 million. He whistled. That's aggressive for your net worth. She thinks I'm not rich enough to need a prenup. She won't even read it. You're serious? Dead serious. Make it airtight. Any infidelity, physical or emotional, triggers the penalty. Update 1. The prenup signing was exactly what I expected. Natalie showed up to my lawyer's office 40 minutes late, designer coffee in hand, texting the entire time. Where do I sign? She asked without looking up. Christopher, professional as always. I'd recommend having your attorney review. It's fine, she waved him off. James makes like nothing. No offense, babe. What's he gonna take? Half his Pokemon card collection? She literally said that in front of my lawyer. Christopher pushed the document toward her. The terms include standard asset division, spousal support waiver, and… Yeah, she interrupted, flipping to the signature page. Where's the line? She signed with a flourish, even took a selfie with the pen. Posted it on Instagram later with the caption, humoring my future hubby's financial anxiety, hatch prenup for a price. Her friends commented things like, Limao, he thinks he's rich, and protecting those assets. I screenshotted everything. 2 weeks passed. Wedding planning continued. Natalie kept making jokes about the prenup to everyone, the caterer, the florist, her cousins. James made me sign a prenup. Can you believe it? Like someone's gonna gold dig a man who shops at Target. Then last Tuesday happened. I came home early from a client meeting. Natalie's car was in the driveway, along with another Mercedes I recognized. Belonged to Damien, her business partner in some boutique marketing agency she was starting. Walked in quietly, heard sounds from upstairs. The kind that confirm what your gut already knows. Stood at the bottom of the stairs for maybe 30 seconds. Part of me wanted to storm up there. But I remembered the prenup. Remembered Christopher's advice about evidence. Pulled out my phone, started recording. Walked upstairs, pushed open the bedroom door. The scramble was almost comical. Natalie shrieking, grabbing sheets. Damien trying to cover himself with a throw pillow. James, this isn't… We were just… Save it, I said, still recording. Damien, you've got 60 seconds to get dressed and get out. He grabbed his clothes and ran. Didn't even put his shoes on. Left them right there. Natalie started crying. Baby, let me explain. Explain what? How you were just reviewing marketing strategies? Pretty thorough review. It meant nothing. We just got carried away. Cool. Pack your stuff. You're leaving. James, please, we're getting married in 3 months. No, we're not. The switch from tears to rage was instant. You can't just throw me out. I live here. You're not on the deed, you're a guest, and you just violated the prenup you signed. She laughed, that same contemptuous laugh. The prenup? Who cares about your stupid prenup? I'll get half anyway, that's how divorce works. You should have read it. What? The infidelity clause. You owe me $1 million. Now she really laughed. You're delusional, I'm not paying you anything. Your lawyer might disagree. Get out. Update 2. 3 days of silence. Then the text started. First, attempts at reconciliation. Can we please talk? I made a mistake. I love you. Damien means nothing. Then anger. You're seriously throwing away our relationship over one mistake? You're pathetic. I never loved you anyway. Your dick game was weak. Then threats. I'll tell everyone you abused me. My dad will ruin your business. You'll regret this. I forwarded everything to Christopher. He was building the file. Day 5. Natalie's mom called. Rita was usually reasonable, so I answered. James, sweetheart, Natalie told me what happened. All of it? Pause. She said there was a misunderstanding. Rita, I have video of your daughter in bed with another man, 3 months before our wedding. Longer pause. She's young, people make mistakes, and mistakes have consequences. You're really going to enforce that ridiculous prenup? The one she laughed at and signed without reading? Yes. $1 million? That's insane. You don't even have that kind of money. That's what liens and payment plans are for. You'd ruin her life over this? She ruined our relationship. I'm just enforcing a contract she willingly signed. Rita hung up. That afternoon, Natalie's dad, Frank, showed up at my office. My assistant tried to stop him, but he barged right in. You little shit, he started. Frank, I'm recording this interaction for my safety. That slowed him down. You think you can extort my daughter? I think your daughter signed a legal agreement and then violated it. That prenup is toilet paper. No judge will enforce $1 million penalty. Your daughter has assets. Her trust fund, her stake in your business, her condo in Miami. His face went red. You knew about that? I know she's not the broke party girl she pretends to be. Yeah, Frank, I did my homework too. I'll bury you in legal fees. Try it. I have video evidence, text admissions, the signed prenup, your daughter's Instagram posts mocking the very document she signed. Good luck. He stormed out. Update 3. The next Monday, I got a call from an unknown number. Natalie's lawyer. Mr. Morrison, this is Gregory Hutchinson from Hutchinson & Associates. Christopher mentioned you might call. Yes, well, I've reviewed the prenuptial agreement my client signed. And? The infidelity clause, it's concerning. Concerning how? The penalty amount is punitive. Your client found it so insignificant she signed without reading it. There's video of her mocking it while signing. Silence. She claims she was coerced. I actually laughed. Coerced? I have her Instagram posts making fun of me for even wanting a prenup. I have texts where she calls me pathetic for thinking I need one. I have her on video at the signing saying I have nothing worth protecting. Those could work against her, yes? Could? Gregory, she literally posted a selfie with the pen saying she was humoring my financial anxiety. Pretty hard to claim coercion. The $1 million amount is perfectly legal. She has the assets to cover it. The condo alone is worth $800. How did you? Discovery will be interesting, won't it? More silence. My client is willing to walk away quietly. No penalty, no claims on your assets. Your client signed a contract. She can pay the penalty, or we can go to court where everyone will see the video of her with Damien. You'd really expose that publicly? I'm not the one who cheated 3 months before my wedding. He sighed. This is aggressive for someone of your financial standing. There it was again. The implication I wasn't rich enough to matter. You know what's funny, Gregory? Everyone keeps saying I'm not wealthy enough to deserve a prenup, but apparently I'm wealthy enough for your client to try to marry me. Weird how that works. We'll be in touch. 20 minutes later, Natalie herself called from a different number. You absolute bastard. Hello to you too. $1 million? Are you insane? You're the one who signed it. I didn't read it. That's on you. Pretty expensive lesson about reading contracts. You tricked me. I asked you to sign a prenup. You mocked me for it, said I had nothing worth protecting, signed it without reading. How is that tricking? You knew I wouldn't read it. Because you thought I was too poor to matter? Silence. Yeah, Natalie, I knew. I knew you thought so little of me that you wouldn't even pretend to care about our legal agreements. You set me up. You cheated on me, with Damien. In bed, 3 months before our wedding. It was a mistake. So was not reading the prenup. She screamed something unintelligible and hung up. Update 4. The smear campaign started immediately. Natalie went nuclear on social media. Found out my ex is a sociopath who tried to trap me with a fake prenup. Ladies, this is why you always get a lawyer. Her friends piled on. The narrative was that I was abusive, controlling, manipulative, that I'd created a predatory prenup designed to trap her. My phone started blowing up. Mutual friends wanting my side. I posted once, Natalie cheated. I have video proof. She signed a prenup without reading it because she thought I was too poor to matter. Actions have consequences. Attached 3 screenshots. 1. Her Instagram post mocking the prenup. 2. Her text saying, your dick game was weak anyway. 3. A still from the video, faces blurred but clearly her bedroom. The tide turned instantly. Then came the real escalation. Natalie's dad called Christopher directly. Your client is destroying my daughter's reputation. Your daughter cheated on my client and violated a legal agreement she signed. That agreement is extortion. That agreement is legally binding. We're filing a lawsuit, fraud, emotional distress, defamation. Good luck with that. The lawsuit arrived 2 days later. They were suing me for fraudulent inducement, intentional infliction of emotional distress, defamation, unconscionable contract terms. Christopher was actually excited. This is beautiful. They're claiming fraud when we have video of her mocking the document while signing it voluntarily. Can they win? Not a chance, but they're hoping you'll fold. I won't. I know. Discovery is going to be brutal for them. He was right. Discovery meant Natalie had to turn over her financial records. Turns out Daddy's little princess had a trust fund worth $2.3 million. The condo in Miami? Actually 2 condos. Plus investment accounts she'd hidden. Meanwhile, her boutique marketing agency with Damien? They'd been business partners for 8 months. 8 months of client dinners, overnight strategy sessions, and weekend conferences. I had Christopher subpoena Damien. He folded immediately, admitted the affair had been going on for months, even provided texts where Natalie said she was just waiting for the wedding to lock down James's money. Update 5. 3 weeks after the initial confrontation, Gregory called Christopher. My client wants to settle. The penalty is $1 million. That's not feasible. Then we go to trial. Your client's lawsuit opens the door for us to countersue. Fraud, intentional infliction of emotional distress, breach of contract. We have evidence she was planning to marry my client for financial gain while maintaining an affair. She wasn't. I have texts, Gregory. From Damien, your client called my client, and I quote, an easy mark with a decent bank account. Long silence. What would your client accept? Christopher looked at me. I shook my head. The full $1 million. Or we go public with everything. 2 hours later, Gregory called back. She'll pay, but she wants an NDA. No NDA, she signs away all claims, pays the $1 million, and we're done. That's not. Gregory, we have her on video committing infidelity. We have texts proving she was using my client. We have financial documents showing she lied about her assets. We have her social media posts mocking the very contract she's now trying to invalidate. How do you think this plays in court? She'll pay. $500,000 now. $500,000 over 2 years. I thought about it. 70-30. $700,000 within 30 days, $300,000 over 1 year. Done. The check for $700K cleared last week. The first installment of the remaining $300 is due next month. Natalie had to sell the Miami condo. Her dad is reportedly furious. Not at her for cheating, but at her for signing without reading. Final update. It's been 2 months since everything went down. The dust has settled, mostly. Natalie tried one last manipulation. Showed up at my office last week, dressed conservatively, makeup subtle. The opposite of her usual style. James, can we talk? You need to leave. I'm paying you $1 million. The least you can do is hear me out. The least I can do is nothing. That's what I'm doing. I loved you. No, you didn't. You loved the lifestyle you thought I'd provide. That's not true. Natalie, I have texts where you literally called me an easy mark. You were with Damien for 8 months. You were playing me. She started crying. You destroyed my life. You destroyed our relationship. I just made sure there were consequences. Over one mistake. Over 8 months of mistakes. And more importantly, over the complete contempt you showed for me. You thought I was a joke, too poor to matter, too stupid to protect myself. I was wrong. Yes, you were, about a lot of things. You're really gonna take all that money from me? I'm not taking anything. You're paying a penalty you agreed to. Maybe next time read what you sign. There won't be a next time. No one will marry me now. That's not my problem. She stood up, the mask finally dropping. You're a vindictive asshole. You planned this whole thing. I planned for the possibility that someone who showed me such contempt might also betray me. Turns out I was right. You knew I wouldn't read it. Because you thought I was beneath you. Yeah, I knew. And I used your arrogance against you. Consider it a $1 million lesson in respect. She slammed the door on her way out. The money is sitting in an investment account. Haven't touched it. Might donate it. Might start a scholarship fund for financial literacy. Haven't decided. The funny thing? I never wanted her money. I wanted her to face consequences for once in her life. Rich Daddy always bailed her out. Not this time. My business is doing better than ever. Turns out the story got around certain circles, and several high net worth individuals reached out wanting my consulting services. They liked that I protected myself strategically. Christopher framed the signed prenup in his office. Under it, he put a plaque. Always read the fine print. As for dating, taking a break. Trust issues are real right now. My therapist says that's normal. Working through the fact that someone I loved saw me as nothing more than a wallet with mediocre sex attached. But here's the thing. I'm not bitter. I'm grateful. Grateful I found out before the wedding. Grateful I protected myself. Grateful I had the backbone to enforce consequences even when her entire family came at me. The prenup she mocked? The one I wasn't rich enough to need? It saved me from a lifetime with someone who fundamentally didn't respect me. Worth every penny of the $1 million I'll never spend. To everyone saying I went too far. She signed a legal document without reading it because she thought I was too poor to matter. She cheated for 8 months while planning to lock down my money through marriage. She tried to destroy my reputation when caught. She got exactly what she agreed to. Nothing more, nothing less. And to anyone thinking about marriage, get a prenup. Get it reviewed by lawyers on both sides. And for the love of all that's holy, read what you sign. Some mistakes are worth $1 million, apparently.